Attention gamers all across the galaxy, this is your Grand Admiral Arnold speaking, director of the video gaming division here at the Galactic Empire, and today I need to make a video because nothing's going on in Galaxy of Heroes, and I know all my loyal subjects are looking for a source of entertainment. Well, look no further, ladies and gentlemen, because I have a brand new idea. Not a top 10 list, not top 15, a top 17 list here at the Empire. The creativity never ceases. And what exactly is this list gonna be about? Well, we know that Capital Games is pushing the brakes on the Clone Wars content. Soon, if I had to guess, another 2 weeks of Clone Wars content and they're done for. We already got confirmation that new First Order stuff is coming. We got confirmation that developers are working on 7, 8, and 9, those 3 episodes worth of content. And there's a lot of stuff that they have not dipped in. I mean, I'm not a big fan of 7 and 8. They're not my favorite movies. Hopefully 9 turns out good. But I feel like there's a lot of key characters Capital Games did not capitalize on. So let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like if you're gonna have a good time so we can get the algorithm pumping, and comment down below on what you would like to see from episode 7, 8, 9 come to Galaxy Heroes. And I want to start off with this right here. First Order Jet Trooper. Now we got a little peek of this. The costume in episode 9 Rise of Skywalker was announced. By the way, if you're one of those super touchy people that thinks trailers and things seen in public to be spoilers, this might not be the video for you. The reason why I want to see this is because I want to see an Imperial Trooper-like faction for the First Order. Just put a bunch of First Order units together and boom, you got yourself a team. Very much like General Veers and the Imperial Troopers we have for the Empire. And why add this guy? Because troops with freaking jetpacks are amazing. Do you need any more explanation besides that? Now hold on to this thought right here, because I'm gonna have a couple of other troopers that we're gonna build upon this Imperial Trooper Plus idea for the First Order faction. But next up on the list, droids have been on roids. We gotta talk about BB-90. Droids are pretty awesome right now, and I hope it's not just gonna be a summer fling, or because of Relics and Gear 13, IG-88 and the droids in BB-8 were pretty fantastic for a Sith Empire counter. I hope that Capital Games allows droids to still have viability going forward, and what better way of doing that than bringing in BB-9E? First Order synergy, droid synergy, man, it's got the whole package, let me tell you. And I have this awesome idea. Instead of Illuminated Destiny like what BB-8 does, what if we call it Darkened Fate? I don't know, we got to work on the name there. But instead of giving a lot of buffs to your team like what BB-8 does, why not just have a droid that just spams like almost every single type of debuff on the opposing team, throwing on an ability block so they can't cleanse it. Game over, thanks for playing, see you at the back of the line. You know what I'm really surprised hasn't been added? Force Stroke Luke, aka Hermit Luke, Luke Skywalker, Grandmaster Luke, whatever you want to call it. This guy, man, I had no idea what happened. It looked like he sharded on top of that rock and he went bye-bye. I don't understand it. The Force is weird stuff, people. Don't try it at home. But again, I'm very surprised we did not see a Hermit Luke, whatever you want to call sharding Luke. I know episode 8 was a very controversial movie for fans, whatever the case may be. I'm not one of those people that gets all tensed up over movies that I like episode 8. Heck no. Am I going to complain about it endlessly or brag about it endlessly on the internet? No, I got better things to do with my time. But regardless, Luke, iconic character in the whole Star Wars franchise, and we did not get him. I think we're bound to see something with Luke coming soon. And this guy, the reason why I kind of want to see him is because it would be great to get like an old Ben for the Resistance. Here's my opinion. The First Order and Resistance, they have the bare bones for a good team already. They just need kind of newer characters, or maybe slight reworks to like other random characters like Holdo, gosh forbid Rose Tico, and like the First Order officer. They have a good kid. Kylo Ren Unmasked and Jedi Training Rey have good kids that just need to be built upon. And Hermit Luke, legendary character perhaps for the Resistance, where he's taunting for your team, but kind of like that Hermit Luke versus Kylo Ren matchup. Kylo Ren's trying to hit this dude, but because he's a force projection, you're just wasting your time. I think Capital Games has a lot of great stuff they can work here, and the importance of Luke is he sacrificed himself so the Resistance can see another tomorrow. That's the poetry behind it all. So I think this is a character that just has to be added for sure before the whole episode 9 thing ends for us. Number 4 and number 5 on the list, I'm gonna lump them together to speed things up. General Hux, and this new character we don't know quite much about, but we know is coming to play in this movie. His name, his title is Allegiance General Pride. And this guy looks awesome. Talk about boomer material. This is the boomer guy right here. Here's my problem with episode 8. A lot of this, I didn't fear the First Order. They were an absolute joke in episode 8 versus the original trilogy. The Empire, I mean, we scare the crap out of people. We kind of need like a Grand Moff Tarkin-esque type of thing. And don't get me wrong, little Hux Jr., I know you're trying, kid. I know you have a lot to live up to, but you suck. Heck, you took a pizza order delivery from Poe Dameron in front of your crew, man. Like, what the heck are you doing, man?
Look, I can't hold forever. If you reach him, tell him Leia has an urgent message for him.
I believe he's tooling with you, sir.
About his mother.
I think they might be adding Hux as a capital ship at some time, because we know that another thing they're working on besides 7, 8, 9 and new First Order characters is they're trying to add more capital ships. We have a lot of First Order ships laying around. They're kind of nomads. They're kind of vagabonds. They're just kind of going randomly on team to team or sitting on the sidelines. We have kind of a base fleet ready for General Hux to come into the game. So character, and then we have some ship content. Bada bing, bada boom, 2-for-1 special. General Hux, it's kind of no-brainer. Let's hope this kid redeems himself in this next movie. But the kid was an absolute joke. Let's talk about this guy right here, the Flame Trooper. Again, there's just like I don't know if maybe the movie wasn't successful enough for Capital Games to justify going all in on this movie with new content, whatever the case may be. I thought this guy was cool. The Flame Trooper, First Order Flame Trooper, and this kind of goes to my earlier conversation of an Imperial Trooper like faction for the First Order. So many units you can comprise and compose and all that stuff into a faction, putting the Jet Trooper, Flame Trooper, Panda, and as well as the First Order Stormtrooper, and heck, throw in Hux as the leader. Boom, you have your General Veers type of leader right there, and then you got yourself pretty much a copycat First Order crew that you could use for Imperial Trooper like stuff. Let's flip over to some light side stuff, and I want to talk about a couple of boomers here. Leia Organa, rest in peace, Carrie Fisher, amazing actress. Except the Mary Poppins part. Mary Poppins Leia. Again, I'm surprised we didn't see anything. I mean, there's a lot of content. I think that's why the developers said they're digging into 7, 8, and 9 content, because they realize there are just so many key characters they're missing out on. And we have a Leia Organa for the Rebellion. It's kind of a no-brainer. We need a Leia Organa for the Resistance as well. I don't know if maybe obviously she should have a leader ability of some sort, but it's some minimum capacity. They need to give this lady, this lovely lady, some sort of Resistance synergy to go with her. And heck, Capital Games 2-for-1 special right here. Even make her a ship. Not ship. Don't give her a physical ship. She is a ship herself. She can just fly around in space. So guys, let's make it happen. If you make a Leia a ship character without an actual physical ship around her, she's just floating in space by herself, I will pay you double the price just because I'm a man of my word. Speaking of more boomers, let's talk about this dude. Oh man, you can just feel the swag and oh man, the Gucci vibes this guy's putting out. Old man Lando. Very much so. This could definitely be possible because we have veteran Han, the smuggler, veteran smuggler Han Solo, whatever the complicated name is that they gave him, and he's being reunited with his Millennium Falcon. What this guy does behind the closed doors of his Falcon with his L3 in there, none of my business. Let the guy be happy. I want this guy to be added. Scoundrel synergy, give him the whole shebang. Scoundrel leadership. But scoundrels are kind of one of those fun factions in the game that just there's a lot of weird stuff going on there, and some very unorthodox and very mishmashy. You can mishmash a lot of random scoundrels together, and you're gonna get yourself a really interesting team from Zalbar to Mission to Nest. And since we're on the topic of scoundrels, let's talk about these two other scoundrels I have on the list. DJ, who we saw from episode 8, the guy is just trying to get paid. Some people were triggered, like, oh man, he betrayed the Resistance. Dude, he's just trying to get paid. This could be a neutral based scoundrel that can just kind of flip sides. He might have First Order and Resistance synergy baked into his kit. What do you think, Gary? Anything you want to share?
My Little Pony.
So that's exactly what I'm thinking, man. I don't know if we're gonna see DJ in episode 9, but I do know we're gonna see another scoundrel neutral based character called, what the heck is her name, Gary? Zora Bliss. We don't know much about this character. All I know from my deep hardcore research in the Wikipedia files here at the Empire is that this is going to be a scoundrel character that was part of the Spice Runners, and when the Resistance and First Order were battling each other, she kind of took a neutral stance. That's all I know about this character. Paired together, veteran Han, old Lando, old Chewbacca, Zora Bliss, and DJ, and man, it's a scoundrel wonderland, let me tell you. Let's say my whole vision of the First Order Imperial Trooper faction doesn't pan out. Whatever, fine. One thing that they could definitely add, although the choreography in this movie was horrendous with the whole Praetorian Guard fighting scene, I don't know what they were doing. It looks like they were like just throwing popsicles at each other here. It would be neat to get a whole Praetorian Guard faction. I know this month right now we have the Royal Guard login reward, and we have speculation that maybe the Imperial Royal Guard will get a rework because we know, spoiler alert, that the big guy Palpatine's making a return in the Rise of Skywalker, my man. We got so many variants of them, so it's very easy to compose a whole Praetorian Guard faction. And then let's move on to the next part from here. Snoke. Very surprised we didn't see this guy. I know, kind of like my problem with the First Order being a joke. Snoke was complete. He was treated like an absolute fool. Whatever, someone in the comments is gonna be like, well, actually, Kylo Ren. I don't care. Don't got time. I'm surprised we haven't had a Snoke legendary or something like that, because First Order, they did not get nearly as much love as Resistance in the past couple years like they did. But Snoke could definitely just jumpstart the faction to something completely different. I don't believe we've never had a Resistance-based event aside from the hero's journey, but you could definitely require like Jedi Training Rey or something like that to unlock Snoke, and then boom, you got yourself a legendary First Order character. I think there's a lot of opportunities that can happen here. I think he's not the mastermind behind the First Order. I think the big guy Palpatine is the mastermind behind the First Order. We'll talk about that in a second here. And since we're talking about Red, let's talk about the Sith Trooper. Now again, this kind of goes to what I just said a second ago. Royal Guard login reward for November. After we're done with the Clone Wars content, who knows? Maybe we'll see Sith Trooper be added. Not as cool as the KOTOR Sith Trooper, I gotta be honest here. The Sith Trooper doesn't work for Kylo Ren, I believe. But still, the Sith Trooper would be a pretty cool unit, because if we know that Palpatine's coming, we can have maybe a new Sith Trooper that has a Sith tag as well. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. Sith tag, First Order tag. Who knows, guys? Maz Kanata. Just look at those eyes. You just can't get enough of those lovely googly eyes, man. They just warm up your soul. Light side character, Resistance character. I definitely think she should have a Resistance tag. She was kind of helping the Resistance, kind of under the table a little bit. Why not have a scoundrel tag on her as well? I mean, she was basically kind of a safe haven for scoundrels all across the galaxy to come and dump their problems on her beloved little palace she had going on there. A little piece of scoundrel paradise. And 3 more things here. We're gonna kind of speed run them. Swiss Army knife Rey. Yeah, baby, you know it. Now, I think this is a misdirection in the trailer. The trailer's probably trying to get you to think, oh man, Rey's going to the dark side. It might just be one of her dreams, something funny like that. Maybe she just got a taste of the dark side. But let's just indulge myself for a second. Let's imagine there's gonna be a Rey fallen, kind of like Basta Shan fallen. Let's make it happen, people. Knights of Ren. Now, we talked about Praetorian Guards or the First Order troopers being kind of like a dedicated trooper-based faction. Knights of Ren, man. Oh, man. We got lots of potential here with the Knights of Ren. We got a little snapshot here with Knights of Ren on the set. They're coming. They obviously work for Kylo Ren. So maybe have Kylo Ren unmasked, have a bunch of Knights of Ren behind him. I don't know. There's just so many opportunities, whether Snoke and Praetorian Guards, Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren, or General Hux and his troopers. I just want to see one of those things kind of come to life here. I'm not asking for much here. And it's very much so like the Praetorian Guards, where you got different units in this faction. It's not the same exact thing over and over again. There's different Knights of Ren, individuals that use different weapons. Again, I think in terms of creativity, there's plenty of material to work with there. And lastly, not just because I have to honor our great Emperor, but the bonus thing I have at number 17 is a Palpatine rework. We know the big guy's coming back. One of the greatest villains of all time that spanned each and every trilogy in the Skywalker anthology. Let's get it going. Palpatine, I'm going to say this kind of lightly. Don't you dare call him up. I think Palpatine is probably one of the least used legendary, or least viable legendaries we have in the game right now. He's kind of getting his butt kicked. We're kind of back at that period where one of the most important villains of all Star Wars is kind of starting to become a laughing joke. You don't see people use him on defense anymore because he's not really too scary, but he's still a solid character. But I think he definitely needs to be bumped up from B plus viability to A- viability. Maybe give him some First Order stuff. I don't know what Palpatine's role is. If I had to guess, this big guy right here was probably the mastermind behind the First Order, just like he was the mastermind behind the Clone Wars. One of the ultimate villains of all cinematic history. If this guy doesn't at least get a baby rework of some sort, I give up. I don't know what to say anymore. And that's gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's comment down below. Let's get the galaxy together. What characters would you like to see be added to Galaxyverse from episode 7, 8, and 9? Don't get into any movie debates. I don't want to deal with that right now, because I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Like if you did enjoy the video, comment down below for the 500th time, and be sure to subscribe so you're not missing any incoming transmissions from your favorite admiral. And I'll talk to all the other people in the next video. Peace out, guys.